Hello and welcome to 365 Days of Healing. We're going to talk about loneliness versus being alone and the difference between the two and why it is a necessary part of our exploration to understand what loneliness is and why loneliness comes into our orbit. So loneliness is a sense that you are divorced from those around you and you are not a part of anything particularly. You are just in a state of loneliness. You are in a state of almost anxiety because you've sense and you feel that you do not belong. And that's the essence of loneliness. The essence of loneliness is a sense that you feel you do not belong. You don't belong to your family, you don't belong to the universe, you don't belong to the community, you don't belong to your friend circle, you don't belong anywhere. And there is a sense that you are completely divorced from any connection to anything. Now, being alone, on the other hand, is when we are comfortable in our own skin and being away from anything else, away from other people, away from even our universe, if it comes to that, away from what we perceive we have come from. When you are in a state of being alone, it is a very comfortable state. It is a very enlightened state. It is a very nurturing state. And it is a state where you are open to the highest levels of creativity. And therein lies the difference between loneliness and being alone. All right, so let's go back to feeling loneliness. If we distract ourselves from being lonely, if we say go and mix with people that we don't really feel overly comfortable with, or if we turn to drink and drugs or shopping or all those addictive behaviours that we've talked about before, if we do that, we actually delayed a process that is very vital to our sense of soul growth, our sense of spiritual awakening. When we sit in our loneliness, when we face our loneliness, when we recognize that our loneliness can be transposed and transformed into one of being alone, which is a choice thing, when we sit in the loneliness and we feel it to the depths of our core, and we understand that actually we don't belong anywhere. That, you see, is an expectation. We really believe that we should belong somewhere. But we don't need to feel that. That is an expectation. That is our projection onto something that we think it should be when it isn't. So if we sit in our loneliness and we come to grips with our loneliness and we feel the emotional response that that loneliness brings, if we really go there, if we are brave enough, if we have enough courage to face that nobody else really, really, really cares when it comes down to it. If we go there and look at that loneliness, as I say, it transforms, it is transposed, it is overcome, because in it is the seed and the essence of your greatest creativity. Your creative self then will begin to come forward. You will begin to understand that you want to be alone so you can pursue the creativity. In fact, you will pursue the sole purpose that you are here to pursue. So it's only going through the loneliness, not around it, not through distraction, but sitting in it and understanding that, yes, we are alone. We enter this world alone, and I'll tell you something, we definitely exit this world, this 3D world I'm talking about, alone. But that's not the end. The same as it wasn't really the beginning. It was just the cycle, the journey that we were on through eternity. It seems that we are in this time space, but it is actually happening all simultaneously right now. We see it, we understand it, we perceive it, and through that essence of aloneness, through that essence of working through our loneliness, we then believe and understand, and we create the enlightenment, the awakening towards the enlightenment and the ascension, whatever that means, for us to rise into the higher states of the energetic world, the highest states of understanding, insight, joy, peace, harmony, bliss, and then into the enlightened world, where we join back with universal consciousness, the monad, God, goddess, whatever name we want to attach to the whole. We are just part of the whole. So, are we going to be lonely, or are we going to enjoy being alone? Because the gifts of being alone are huge. And I can't begin to relate to you how enlightened you will feel when you are in a place where being alone is more important than being distracted by anything else. Namaste, my friends.